Greetings and welcome back to Pipes Etc., episode number 8. Glad you could stop by. In this episode, I will be conducting my second challenge. It will be a review of 2 straight Virginias. So grab your favorite beverage, light up a bowl, then sit back, relax, and forget about the day for a while.
One, two, one, two, three.
For the second challenge, I had planned to put McClelland's Blackwoods Flake up against Astley's number 44 Dark Virginia Flake. Until recently, Blackwoods Flake was one of my routine smokes in the straight Virginia category. Followed up by McClelland's Red and Black, with McClelland's Dark Star, and McClelland's Matured Virginia number 24, filling in on occasion. But in light of the recent events concerning McClelland, I now need to find a replacement for Blackwoods Flake. Understandably, if it isn't available, it can't be part of my regular rotation. Now, I have a number of each of these McClelland blends stored away, but who knows if I'll ever get any more. Probably not, and I'm not going to pay eBay prices to get any more either. So I decided to try some new blends in order to find a good replacement. The first 2 that I will put to the challenge are Cornell and Deal's Yorktown and Astley's number 44 Dark Virginia Flake. Let's go over the details of each of these. We'll start with challenger number 1, Yorktown. This is how Cornell and Deal describes their blend. Stoved Red Virginia is combined with Bright Virginia and restoved. Straight Red Virginia is then added to this remarkable base for sweetness. The acme of mixtures for the Virginia purist. Sounds good. You know I like my Virginias. As you can see, it comes in a 2-ounce cat food tin, as well as a bulk offering. The option to buy in bulk is a big positive for me. But if it's not available in bulk, I still try to find blends that are at least available in 100-gram tins. As described, it is a combination of stoved Red Virginias with some Bright Virginias added, and then it is restoved. And if that wasn't enough, it is then topped off with more of the straight Red Virginias. Very interesting. And this is made in a ribbon cut. So let's take a look inside of the tin, see what it looks like. Gone ahead and opened both of these tins in order to avoid any of the awkward moments, like cutting my hand on this lid or struggling to pop the seal of that tin. At first glance, I would have expected the stove reds and brights to be more clearly distinguishable from the unread Virginias. They seem fairly similar in color unless you look very close. Take a better look. Okay. Once you sift through it, you can see the bright Virginias from the reds. My expectation was for this blend to be much darker, but this blend looks very similar to like Mac Baren's Virginia number 1. It has a shortcut ribbon, even more like a shag cut, but there are some ribbons. Moisture wise, it's a tad bit dry, but nothing too severe. All right, let's go up to the tin note. As one would expect, it has the aroma of typical like wet hay. And the smell that grass has in the afternoon when it was cut in the morning and just kind of laid there. Very light, not an unpleasant, sour, acrid aroma. Actually, quite nice. Bit of a citrus note there. Very pleasant. Okay, let's move on to Challenger number 2, Astley's number 44. Here's how Astley's describes this blend. A dark Virginia flake that is full of flavor, yet still easy on the tongue. Astley's number 44 is an enjoyable blend with notes of citrus. Pretty short, to the point. And as it noted, it is a flake. I usually prefer flakes. As you can see, it comes in a 1.75 ounce round tin. And again, this is a straight Virginia, but in a square cut flake. On the tin it says dark flake, but it looks more, it's not even as dark as, not like Dark Star. It's not even like Peterson Irish flake. It's a bit lighter. Interesting. A tad moist, may need a little bit of drying, depending on your preference. Let's get a little tin note here. Okay, the initial hay-like aroma you would expect. A little more subdued on the citrus. Let me break some of this up and see if that changes any of that. Okay. Yeah, when you break it up a little more, you start to get that nice citrusy, a little bit more like oranges. Something different, a little earthy sweet. Almost like raw honey. But you do, you have those typical hay-like and whatnot that you'd expect from the Virginias. But now, the best part. Let's put these to the test. For the review, I'm going to use my 2 Rop pipes. They are French-style straight billiards, very nice smokers, and they both have stems that are made out of horn. So for the next few days, I'm going to try both of these blends. And in the following segment of this video, I will offer you my opinion. So, off to the tasting. All right, I've had a few days to experience both these blends, and today I'm pairing them both with Celis White, a Belgian-style wit beer from Austin, Texas. Celis describes this beer as having a citrusy, spicy, and fruity aroma, with the taste being slightly tart, but balanced with light malt and wheat flavor, as well as complex fruit and spice notes. Sounds refreshing. Oh, and it is. This style of beer is usually brewed with coriander and orange peel. And I felt the pairing, these 2 tobacco blends with that beer would complement each other quite well. It's the citrusy lemon lime flavor and the spicy elements of the coriander that is similar, as well as the orange peel. Early on, I'd picked up the orange aroma of the Astley's blend. Okay, let's start with Challenger number 1, Cornell & Deal's Yorktown. This blend is mild to medium in body and strength. First thing I taste is the pleasantly citrusy sweet notes one would expect from a combination of these Virginias. As you progress, The taste shifts a bit more toward the rich but still sweet taste of maybe dates and a hint of an earthy herb or spice. Couldn't quite put my finger on that taste, so I stuck my nose in my wife's spice cabinet, and the closest was a fresh herb, marjoram, an earthy, sweet herb. Taking your time with this one is key. Going at it too fast can cause it to get a bit harsh, as many Virginias in a ribbon or shag cut can be. But if you take it slow, you will be rewarded with a nice, cool, and clean smoke that leaves a bit of a sweet aftertaste. I would describe the room note as agreeable. Even though I was expecting it to have the more robust flavor of a stove tobacco, it does have the level of richness I can appreciate. This does not have a deep, bold taste of some other blends with stove Virginias. It's a more pleasant, satisfying taste one might expect from a lighter Virginia blend. Nevertheless, it is quite good. A lot of character. I hate to put this down, but now on to Astley's number 44. A lot of good smoke. To me, this is a medium body, medium strength flake. It starts out with a sweet, earthy taste along with an orangey citrus note. As you progress down the bowl, a dark fruit taste builds and takes on a bit of a spicy note. Make me wonder if there's any perique in it. Perhaps being prejudiced by the dark Virginia flake description, but at this point in the bowl, I am about halfway through. I was expecting there to be more of a bold, richer taste. I tried smoking it a few ways, fold and stuff, cube cut, rub out, and found I preferred to rub it out and pack it a bit loose. When I did, it opened up a bit more and burned fairly well and clean. No harsh spots or tongue bite. Burn well, only a few relights, and I would call the room note pleasant. It does have a bit more of a nick hit than expected when compared, but it wasn't at all extreme. The flavor is very nice, but it seems there should be more depth. It is a quality flake, which is obvious when you look at it, smell, and then smoke this way. But I was expecting a bit more. So, how did these two come out against each other when compared? Yorktown, in regards to this one, though the process to make this blend is more involved, it's not a robust or overly complex taste, but more of a rustic taste that allows the great traits of the Virginias to shine through, as it should be. I found the use of the two different Virginias, the reds and the brights, and the way they were prepared, it helped to bring out the distinct qualities of the tobacco. It really would be hard to pull off this level of pure Virginia flavor with a tobacco of less quality. A blend like this cannot hide its imperfections behind other condiment tobaccos or toppings. This is a quality tobacco. On the Pipes Etc. rating scale, I rate Cornell and Deal's Yorktown as distinguished. Now on to Astley's. Initially, Astley's number 44 has the typical citrusy hay-like notes that Virginia lovers crave. and most come to appreciate from a bright Virginia. And as you progress down the bowl, it starts to show off some of the dark fruit taste, a little bit more so. And at times, the spiciness is kind of reminiscent of a more matured Virginia. It starts to show some of those dark fruit taste, but I expected more. So did this blend have enough character to come out on top of Cornell and Deal's Yorktown? On the Pipes Etc. rating scale, I rate Astley's number 44 as respectable. So no, at this time, does not have enough character to beat Yorktown. And the reason is, what Astley's number 44 needs is time to age, maybe 2-3 years minimum. Right now, it is quite respectable. After some aging, I believe it could be distinguished, or perhaps even world class. I just think it is a quality product that needs some time. When it does, the underlying flavors will come through better. Another consideration that gave me a nod to Yorktown is availability. Sometimes Astley's tins are not so easy to find. Astley's number 44's availability is spotty at best. One of the lesser but important criteria I take into account when deciding on a blend for my standard rotation is availability. Many blends made by Kohlhaas and Kopp are not as obtainable. Think of Robert McConnell, Rattray, Ashton, and Vallon. Even Solani or Peter Heinrichs to a smaller degree. Neither of them comes in large tins, but Yorktown comes in bulk. Again, bulk or larger tins are pluses for me. If I like it, I stock up and take advantage of the savings. My final thoughts, even with the flavor profiles not identical, they both offer a very pleasing smoking experience. You can't go wrong with either one of these. You really can't. With any blend, availability may become more of a consideration when deciding what and when to buy. On down the road, when number 44 has some age on it, the decision may be easier for me. But now I'd say buy Astley's number 44 when you see it, stick it in the cellar, and perhaps smoke Yorktown until it's ready. But then again, there are other options out there. Well, at least today there are. We'll see what the future brings. As for the future of these challenges, the next will be in the Scottish category. Seeing that I may be in a similar situation with Dunhill as I am with McClelland, my favorite Dunhill is the Aperitif, and it will be challenged by Rattray's Black Mallory. So stay tuned for that challenge. Well, that's all for this 8th episode of Pipes Etc. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. If you have the opportunity, please join in and add to the conversation by adding your comments. Thank you for stopping by Pipes Etc., and I hope you will again. Until then, good day.